about 5 minutes. You ready? All right. We are in Old Testament overview. Okay. Ecclesiastes songs. Isaiah. Woo! So we'll have to do Isaiah. Looks like Isaiah gets cut up into two. So we'll do Isaiah 1 through 39.
The book of the prophet Isaiah. Isaiah lived in Jerusalem in the latter half of Israel's kingdom period, and he spoke on God's behalf to the leaders of Jerusalem and Judah. He spoke, first of all, a message of God's judgment. He warned Israel's corrupt leaders that their rebellion against their covenant with God would come at a cost, that God was going to use the great empires of Assyria and after them Babylon to judge Jerusalem if they persisted in idolatry and oppression of the poor. But that announcement was combined with a message of hope. Isaiah believed deeply that God would one day fulfill all of his covenant promises, that he would send a king from David's line to establish God's kingdom, remember 2 Samuel 7, that he would lead Israel in obedience to all of the laws of the covenant made at Mount Sinai, remember Exodus chapter 19. And all of this was so that God's blessing and salvation would flow outward to all of the nations, like God promised to Abraham in Genesis chapter 12. And it's this hope that compelled Isaiah to speak out against the corruption and idolatry of Israel in his day. Now, the book has a pretty complex literary design, but there's one simple way to see how it all fits together. Chapters 1 through 39 contain three large sections that develop Isaiah's warning of judgment on Israel. And it all culminates in an event pointed to at the end of chapter 39, the fall of Jerusalem and the exile of the people to Babylon. But in chapters 1 to 39, there's also a message of hope that after the exile, God's covenant promises would all be fulfilled. And chapters 40 to 66 pick up that promise of hope and develops it further. In this video, we're just going to focus on chapters 1 to 39. The first main section focuses on Isaiah's vision of judgment and hope for Jerusalem, and it begins as Isaiah accuses the city's leaders of covenant rebellion, idolatry, injustice, and God says he's going to judge the city by sending the nations to conquer Israel. Isaiah says that this will be like a purifying fire that burns away all that's worthless in Israel in order to create a new Jerusalem that's populated by a remnant that has repented and turned back to God. And Isaiah says that that's when God's kingdom will come and all nations will come to the temple in Jerusalem and learn of God's justice, bringing about an age of universal peace and harmony. Now, it's this basic storyline of the old Jerusalem purifying judgment into the new Jerusalem. This is going to get repeated over and over throughout the book, getting filled in with increasing detail. So, at the center of this section is Isaiah's grand vision of God sitting on his throne in the temple. And he's surrounded by these heavenly creatures that are shouting that God is holy, holy, holy. And Isaiah suddenly realizes just how corrupt he and his people Israel are. And he's certain that he's going to be destroyed by God's holiness, but he's not. God's holiness, in the form of this burning coal, comes and burns him, but not to destroy. Rather, it purifies him from his sin. And as Isaiah ponders the strange experience, God commissions him with a very difficult task. He is to keep announcing this coming judgment, but because Israel has reached a point of no return, his warnings are going to have a paradoxical effect of hardening the people. But Isaiah is to trust God's plan. Israel is going to be chopped down like a tree and left like a stump in a field. And that stump will itself be scorched and burned. But after all of that burning, God says that this smoldering stump is a holy seed that will survive into the future. It's a small sign of hope, but who or what is that holy seed? The rest of this section offers an answer. Isaiah confronts Ahaz, a descendant of David and a king of Jerusalem, and he announces his downfall. God says that it's the great empire of Assyria who will first chop Israel down and devastate the land, but there's hope. Because of God's promise to David, he's going to send, after this destruction, a new king named Emmanuel, which means God with us. And Emmanuel's kingdom is going to set God's people free from violent, oppressive empires. And Isaiah describes this coming king as a small shoot of new growth that will emerge from the old stump of David's family. It's this king that's the holy seed from chapter 6. And the king is going to be empowered by God's Spirit to rule over a new Jerusalem and bring justice for the poor, and all nations will look to this messianic king for guidance. His kingdom will transform all creation, bringing peace. Now, you finish chapters 1 through 12 with a pretty good understanding of Isaiah's message of judgment and hope. But when will this all happen? Isaiah saw another empire arising after Assyria, and that's Babylon, who would also attack Jerusalem and actually succeed in destroying it. And that brings us into the next sections of the book. So first, we have a large collection of poems that explore God's judgment and hope for the nations. We learn, first of all, of the fall of Babylon and Israel's neighbors. Isaiah could see that Assyria's world power would one day be replaced by the empire of Babylon, a nation even more destructive and arrogant. Babylon's kings claimed that they were higher than all other gods, and so God vows to bring Babylon down. And not only Babylon. Isaiah goes on to list Israel's neighbors, accusing them all of the same kind of pride and injustice, and he predicts their ultimate ruin. But remember, for Isaiah, God's judgment is never the final word for Israel or the nations. And that leads into the next section with a series of poems that tell a tale of two cities. There's the lofty city that has exalted itself above God and become corrupt and unjust. This city is an archetype of rebellious humanity, and it's described with language that's all borrowed from Isaiah's earlier descriptions of Jerusalem and Assyria and Babylon all put together. This city is destined for ruin, and one day is going to be replaced by the new Jerusalem, where God reigns as king over a redeemed humanity from all nations, and there's no more death or suffering. These chapters are the climax to this section, and it shows how Isaiah's message pointed far beyond his own day. It was a message for all who are waiting for God to bring his justice on violent, oppressive kingdoms and bring his kingdom of justice and peace and healing love. The following section returns the focus to the rise and fall of Jerusalem. And first we find a whole bunch of poems where Isaiah accuses Jerusalem's leaders for turning to Egypt for military protection against Assyria. He knows this will backfire, and Isaiah says that only trust in their God and repentance can save Israel now, which gets illustrated by the following story about the rise of Hezekiah, king of Jerusalem. Just as Isaiah predicted, the Assyrian armies come and try to attack the city, and so Hezekiah humbles himself before God, and he prays for divine deliverance, and the city is miraculously saved overnight. But Hezekiah's rise is immediately followed by his fall. So he hosts a delegation from Babylon, and he tries to impress them by showing everything in Jerusalem's treasury and temple and palaces. It's clearly an effort to make another political alliance for protection. Isaiah hears about this, and he confronts Hezekiah for his foolishness. He predicts that this ally will one day betray him and return as an enemy to conquer Jerusalem. And we know from 2 Kings chapters 24 and 25 that Isaiah was right. Over 100 years later, Babylon would turn on Jerusalem, come and destroy the city, its temple, and carry the Israelites away to exile in Babylon. And so all of Isaiah's warnings of divine judgment in chapters 1 to 39 lead up to this moment. He's shown to be a true prophet because it all came to pass like he said. But remember, the purpose of God's judgment was to purify Jerusalem and bring the holy seed and messianic kingdom over all nations. And it's that hope that gets explored in the next part of the book. But for now, that's what Isaiah chapters 1 to 39 are all about.
All right. So takeaways.
Gets explored.
Yeah. So there's always that like prophecy of destruction, kind of end of the world prophecy, a day of the Lord.
But then God's like, there'll be a day where the true return of me will save the world.
Yeah, so like a holy seed, empowered by God's Spirit, a new Jerusalem. You know what's interesting is whenever we read the book of Acts, because we only read the Gospels, right? So whenever we read the book of Acts, this whole Babylon attacks, this whole like tale of two cities, this is how Acts is written. You have the city that is built up on corruption and greed,
And a city
and then
who's filled with good.
and then you have the people of God who are sharing all their possessions, living in peace and like trying to live together in peace and harmony. And so you got that tale of two cities. Is- Isn't that really cool? Like how the axe people describe that? All right, friend, we can start. I'll be right back, friends. Sure.
The town shrunk.
Or do you think maybe we got bigger?
Hey, look at the toy cannons. What's he saying? Hey, they're heartless. Right.
Buttercup.
Light! Yeah! Back off! Huh. Ha. Ha. Huh. Ha. Yeah!
Yeah, these guys are just annoying.
It's over! Yeah! Huh. This is it! Huh. Ha. Ha. Yeah! Ha. Huh. Ha. Yeah! Take this! It's over! Ha! 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 Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Man, that was weird.
Look, Sora, over there.
Fascinating. This appears to be a portal to the past.
Yeah, it was the strangest thing.
Stop gawking! And start thinking of a way we can use it to our advantage.
Okay?
Now, perhaps I could give you one more chance to redeem yourself.
Oh, thank you, thank you. You can count on me. So what do I do?
Patience, my dear. What have we here? Well, if it isn't the cornerstone of light. Now we can take the castle from those fools, but we'll have to proceed with the utmost of care.
Ha!
Oop.
What are they building? Look out! Thanks, Your Majesty. Now, let's get those Heartless.
Yeah, I don't watch stream numbers because doing that can be very daunting and actually very, what's the word? By determining a wire snap, the scaffold won't hold.
Take this. Take this. This is it. Back off! Take this! Yeah! Take this! Take this!
Yeah, watch. Trying to stream just for the
How
viewers.
do you like that?
I'll say we'll destroy the person eventually. And obviously not physically destroy, but I think you get my point.
Hey, look!
Listen well. On the other side of this portal, they're about to begin construction on that wretched castle. But until then, their treasured cornerstone of light lies unguarded, with all of its power still contained.
The cornerstone of light?
Yes. That cursed sphere is the very thing that prevents us from entering the castle.
Oh,
You know what must be done? Go then. Time to prove your worth. And don't dare to fail me again.
Yeah. Also, some of it could be bots. You just gotta wait for a response, really. And then you'll start
don't
getting
fail her again.
you're gonna
Let's
start,
see.
you're gonna start getting hit with
That's it. I just gotta smash
People
that
that say
cornerstone to smithereens.
offering their services and arts, profile pics, all that kind
But
of stuff.
first, I gotta go get my old boat back.
It was Pete after all.
Still, something doesn't seem right.
The Pete we met here had kind of an attitude, but he didn't seem like a bad guy.
Now that castle's as good as ours.
That's the Pete we know.
Oh no!
The cornerstone's gone.
They're gonna fill the castle with darkness. We gotta hurry.
Hey, hold it right there.
No way, small fry. I finally found the pipsqueak what stole my steamboat. Right, me. No, it wasn't me. I'm just somebody who looks like me.
Oh, which is it?
Classic miss. Classic mishaps. Ha 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 ha.
Wait! Shut up! Your future's on the line, Pally, so back off and give me the boat!
After him.
You monks couldn't follow me if you wanted to! Later, losers!
Yeah.
Later, losers! Later, losers!
Ha! Yeah. Ha! Ha! Rah! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Ha! 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 Yeah! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Rah!
Whoa!
Yeah! Rah! Ha! Ha!
Dodge slash. Heyo. Can I finally dodge?
Yes!
You'll pay for this!
Donald, we'll come back for it later.
Pete's heading for the doorway.
Ooh, I learned thunder. Fire's kind of useless.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? I haven't tried emulating Xbox 360. I'm not surprised that there's a 360 emulator out there, though. Have you heard that the people behind the Yazoo emulation folded under Nintendo's, like, legal call out? Am I allowed to go to the pier? Oh.
Yeah. Donald. Yeah.
Oh, that is cool.
Oh, look at that damage. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're a company empire, so anything that has a chance to take away business, if they can legally slap it down, it makes sense for an empire.
You're still wet behind the ears.
Then try us.
What's that for?
Get old school Pete.
Donald. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
How about a change? What's that?
Take this.
How about a change?
Yeah.
How about a change? What?
Hmm. If I was going to play an Xbox 360 game, I will play, I'll play, I know a game I'll play. It'll be the first, gosh, what's the game called? I'll play, Red Dead Redemption, the first one.
What? Get out of my way!
But, you know, make sure you get the game.
This is it.
Obviously, I'm not recommending you just download from wherever. Make sure you get the game, and you could actually,
It serves you right. Ow, 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 ow.
oh, you could just load it on the disc loader, if you obviously buy the game. Okay, I'll put it on my list.
Yeah, and stay out.
Yeah, I know.
Would somebody tell me what's been going on here? Who was that creep anyways?
Hello? That creep was you from the future.
Sora, that's a secret.
Secret? What kind of secret? Oh, never mind. Sorry I put you guys through all that trouble.
Oh,
And to show you my appreciation, I'll let you pilot my steamboat. Best little craft on the river. My deckhand Mickey's late
Oh, yeah.
anyways.
I think next game after this is going to be Dead Cells. But after that, maybe. Well, that's cool.
whew. Well, I'll bet you the castle's safe now.
Guess we should head back.
Well, as long as we're here.
Donald!
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to play it yet. Everyone, yeah, I was talking to a friend, it's like, Dead Cells or Hell Knight. I don't know which one it is. He's like, you should do Dead Cells. I'm like, alright. Dead Cells is this. Be my next rogue Castlevania-ish game to play.
The thorns have disappeared.
By George, the lads have accomplished their mission.
Hooray! Let's have an acorn feast to celebrate. Welcome back. Because of your bravery, the castle is safe and protected again. Thank you so much for all you've done. Good work, you guys!
Now, boys, I hope you didn't do anything reckless while you were there.
Of course not. Daisy! Daisy, I'm back!
Who?
Daisy is Donald's very special sweetheart.
Really?
Donald, you forgot about our date again. You'd better have a good excuse this time. But Daisy,
How to save in the world.
I know it's an important mission, but you could at least check in every once in a while. Sure.
Donald?
Just be a minute. Going somewhere? I trust not. Donald! Oh, look.
Daisy, we need Donald for just a little longer.
Yeah,
How
immolation
much longer?
does
well,
boggle the system.
Don't you worry, Queen Minnie. We'll return.
please tell the king that we're still looking for him.
I will. See you soon.
Think wisely.
Back in the day, like 20 plus years ago, I was really into Super Nintendo emulation and ROMs. Game Boy Advance emulation and ROMs. Nintendo emulation and ROMs. Huh.
What the heck? He's already spawning
Make sure I can fully explore the. Reflect. When did I get? I get access to reflect. Oh. 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 That is cool. Hmm. It's so funny because if you like, there's certain games like you can tell the emulation is built into it, where they themselves use the free emulations that everyone uses. So it's like at one hand, they're against emulation, but another, as long as it's for their games that they make you charge for, emulation is okay. You could definitely see they use an emulator when, especially like on the Switch games that you pay X amount of monies for. Right.
Give me strength.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you're still going there.
Yeah. Boy.
Yeah. Donald. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Loyal!
Give me strength. Back off. It's over. Yeah. It's over. Ha! Yeah. Ha! Take this. Yeah. Ha! 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 Yeah. Ha! 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 Got it. Yeah. Yeah. Ha! Ha! Ha!
You also have to like allocate CPU stuff for it. It's like things like BlueStacks, which is like an emulation ROM. Like you can feel as your computer struggle on that, depending on what your CPU is.
Heal.
Alright, I think I explored this place pretty well. As you can tell, I have dabbled in the witchcrafts and wizardry. Actually, that's fine. I'm good to dip. Let me just double check and make sure this place is cleared and good. Oh wait, we could take a skateboard. I'm a silly goose to get the other piece. That'll be at the pier.
Alright.
I guess not. I was hoping that I could take a skateboard in here and just see if I could take a skateboard from here. I'll wait until my drive is finished. Yeah, I went attack, so I might as well go full into attack. You know how much I love the magic sons. I have to. Yep, I just have to go full into damage. That could do a big thing. Only need one spell. Make me my reflect. No. We first get topped off.
Yeah.
Crazy, I pretty much made my guy into a berserker. How it's going to be. Orf? I'm going the wrong way. Fine.
This is it. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. Take this. Yeah. It's over.
All right, let's just go. Wait, let's check here really fast. And nothing here.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, if they give me fire boost, then all right. I don't know if you're there. Should I do Pirates of the Caribbean? It looks like, or Splash Island. Yes, you Little Mermaid. Floating Island or Splash Island? What say you? I think there's another chapter over here. Teeny ships. What's this? All right, in 5 minutes we have to go through steps, okay? Oh, you know it. Oh, darn it. Try that. I feel like I should alternate though. There we go. Oh wait. I already determined that lasers are better, so works is gotta put a bunch of power behind them. Power do I have? I get power information. I only get decal costs, but I don't get. We're going tight roping in this game. Oh, one more. Watch it go burr. Doesn't like blinding your. I need to make it as small as possible. Makes sense. Smaller hitboxes, the better. It looks like I have. Oh, actually, right here is fine because I got those. All right. If it matters. Funny that you could place these little bricks inside your creation. Look at this mad science creation. My first run. The hoot. Alright, let's try this build. Burp. What's going on with you? Okay. Oh, I forgot to add abilities. Abilities. Sure. There we go. All right, we're at time. Gotta go through steps. After done reading that wiki, my friend. Go through step before, okay? Here I said, my friend. Wait, what? Oh. I don't know why I can't use it. Okay.
No, dummy!
It brings me back making Lego ships as a child. Faster, effective, accomplished that. Yeah, I might just have to go lasers. I mean, actual gun bullets, because I don't think the lasers can keep up. I just hate the bullet part because it exhausts my fingers. Yeah, but it's not. Yeah. I gotta do lasers, green bullets. Oh, yeah. This. Let me know when you're ready, Char. Okay. So, fruit. Okay. Is that the slime? Let's try this one out.
Full speed ahead!
Huh? it does a lot more. I need to make a... Like... Oh, come on. You know, I dodge rolled. I dodge rolled! Okay. Oh, is it power? Oh, wait. Power 19. Oh, I see. You only have so much things allocated. Do one cockpit. My other one too. Give them these little buddies. Now we'll make him big of a square as possible so he can block hits. Let's try that. Alright. What is that negative 15? Like, does it have enough power? Love you. I haven't got anything from Chuang, but I'm also, if we take it or not, I'm also just down. Wait, having dinner. Yeah, I'm down. I like timeout with mine. Yeah. Well, it can't be tomorrow as I have chiropractic. Can't be Wednesday. Can't be Thursday. So it could be maybe Friday. But Friday. Oh yeah. Can't be Friday. Oh yeah, you're out with Christiana. So it'll have to be next week then. Not Monday. Not Tuesday. No, you and I can do breakfast. Love you. Okay. Cost 35. Oh, no, this is for my tiny ship. So on my main ship, I'll do double cannon. Oh, here we go. So these are... Oh, I see. They're supposed to have movement speed. Okay. I see my mistake now. Have to go first here. Cost 6. There we go. This needs just one. There we go. Oh. Cost more. Oh, 17. I see. All right. Cost 9 and 8. I think I'm figuring this out. Just maybe. Please. As my utilitarian. Oh my gosh, utilitarian. Is my utilitarian ship done? All function, no beauty. Yeah, oh, -4. It needs more thrusters. More thrusters! So 2 of those equals 70 together. So no, it's not the weapon. Actually, I don't even think I need a cockpit. Yeah, there's 4 there. Oh, wait. How much do the thrusters cost? 17? Nope, alright. Looks like I am only allowed 1 boomer. There we go, more than enough for everything now. I feel like the game really wants me to have 2 thrusters on. Now let's make him a box. There we go. It works. Nothing negative. I always want more firepower, but let me make sure I have all the other stuff I need. Increase mobility. I wonder. How about also making myself the smallest hitboxes ever? Make this thing the most ugliest, skinniest little fire thing ever. Oh.
Fire one.
There we go. I like make it upside down, like flip it. There we go. Oh man.
Right now. Okay.
Oh, forgot about abilities. I add it? Oh, I don't think I have enough thrusters. That one. Single right there. Add one more thruster. Probably add 2 more. There we go.
What is that? What is?
It's my ship called Wall. All right, make sure. Let's make sure it. Have the ability. Okay. Now we save. Oh. Wall with 1 now. Patent pending. I'm guessing.
Full speed ahead!
Oh, that power though. It goes. Like an auto. Man, I wish there was like an auto fire button. There's not. Snaps. There's not? Alright. Oh. Rapid fire. I have to turn it on. Of course. You silly goose I am. Oh, that's so much better. Oh. Try again. Do not fail me now, Wall.
Yo,
Full speed ahead!
Yeah. Super hatchet, please.
go!
Oh, got hit by that. Alright, so now I know there's an auto. I wonder what difference that makes. You ready to read? Alright, let's do it. We're in First Kings. Are you ready to see Solomon, the person we're hoping to get it right, just go? So one time to kind of to show his wisdom. All right. All right. Peace around, amazing. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for this new fresh day. There's always just fears of the world ending as we know it. May it be human nature. May it be wars, diseases. Even throughout all that anxiety, the next day happened. Thank you for with your mighty hand, keeping the wilds of this life in check. Because all the chaos, may it be the sea, like all of it, may it be human evil. There's a point where each one reaches its check. It's done by your mighty hand. So we thank you. And as we read the writings of Solomon and the stories about him, and even though he is your descendant or your ancestor, that's probably the best to say, your ancestor, King Jesus, you come from this line and the wisdom points towards you. So please reveal to us, how to love the neighbor as us and love you with our heart, soul, and mind, with her complete being. Amen. 2 mothers, 1 baby. Afterward, 2 prostitutes came to the king and stood before him. The one woman said, "Please, my lord, this woman and I are living in the same house. I had a baby with her in the house. On the 3rd day after I had a baby, this woman also had a baby. We were together." On the 3rd day after I had a baby, this woman also had a baby. We were together. There was no one from outside in the house with us, only the 2 of us in the house. This woman's son died in the night because she lay on it. And she got up in the middle of the night and took my son from my side while your servant was asleep. And she laid him in her arms and laid her dead son in my arms. So I got up in the morning to nurse my son, and there he was dead. But I looked at him closely in the morning, and there it was not the son that I had given birth to. The other woman said, "No, the live one is my son, and the dead one is your son." While the first woman was saying, "No, the dead one is your son, and the live one is my son." So are you seeing what happened? Well, it's a so pretty much 2 ladies are living in the same house. Each one has their own baby. So they were co-sleeping with their child, which means like, you know, like they're sleeping and their child's sleeping right next to them. So one of them rolled on her newborn and killed it. Like this sometimes happens where if you have your infant right next to you, like people have rolled and like smothered their baby to death. And so this lady rolled on her baby, the baby died. And so she took the other lady's child and put it next to her and then put the dead one next to the other lady. So she accidentally killed her baby and then took the other mother's baby and put it right next to her. As he spoke before the king said, "One woman is saying, 'This is my son, the live one, and the dead one is yours.' While the other one is saying, 'No, the dead one is yours and the live one is mine.' So the king said, 'Get me a sword.' They brought a sword before the king. The king said, 'Cut the live baby.' So now the king's like, 'Okay, you guys are both saying the live one's yours. Let's cut it in half.'
No.
Then the woman whose son was the live one said to the king, because her compassion welled up for her son, she said, 'Please, my lord, give her the live baby. Don't actually kill it.' So the actual mother of the child was like, oh, yeah. She's like, 'Please do not kill the baby. Here, you could have it, but do not kill it.'
I don't take that view.
Whereas the other one was saying, 'It won't be either mine or yours. Cut it in 2. So the mother it's not actually her child. She's like, I just want the baby. The one who's in the wrong was like, 'Okay, fine, kill it, whatever.' The king answered, 'Give the live baby to her. Don't actually kill it. She is its mother.' So the one that actually had compassion on her child and says, 'Take the baby, please don't kill it.' The king's like, 'Oh, you're the mom. You cared.' Well, the one who didn't care was like,
I don't need.
When all Israel heard the authoritative decision that the king had made, they were in awe before the king because they saw that there was divine wisdom in him to exercise authority. King Solomon was king over Israel, and these were his officials: Azariah, son of Zadok, the priest; Elahoreph and Ahijah, sons of Shisha, secretaries; Jehoshaphat, son of Ahilud, the recorder; Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, over the king; Zadok, over the army, right. Zadok and Abiathar, priest; Azariah, son of Nathan, over the prefects; Zabud, son of Nathan, priest, the king's advisor; Ahijah, over the house; and Adoniram, son of Abda, over the conscript labor. Solomon had 12 prefects over all Israel. They would provision the king and his household. A month per year, the provisioning would be incumbent on each. Verses 8 through 19 gives their names and their regions. Yesterday was Mother's Day, and I was reading a newspaper story about two mothers with one baby. His birth mother had got pregnant while she was a single student, and she had decided she didn't want to keep the baby, but that she would not have an abortion. While she and the child's father had eventually split up, they had already decided to have the baby adopted by a couple who could not have children of their own. When her son was born, all her instincts were to keep it. She could not imagine how a mother could give up a child and live, but she did so. Yet, this is an open adoption. The two mothers stay in touch, and from time to time she sees the child she bore. Sometimes she holds him, and her whole body shudders. I cannot imagine what that experience of motherhood can be like, nor imagine what the experience of the two mothers in 1 Kings chapter 3 could have been like. As these women were prostitutes, was their getting pregnant purely an accident, or was it something they half wanted? What on earth were they going to do when their babies were born? Did they plan to help each other, taking turns to look after the babies in the house they shared and to ply their trade? In a Western context, might they have had abortions, and might they have looked forward without enthusiasm or even with dread in the complications motherhood would bring? Did they then find their feelings were quite different when the babies were born? How deep was the pain in the heart of the woman whose baby had died? How great was the fear of the woman who was in danger of losing her baby or of watching him be slain? Yet her motherly instincts are her salvation and her baby's salvation. The Hebrew word for compassion, it's actually like part of one of the traits that Yahweh uses to explain himself. So the Hebrew word for compassion, it's I'm forgetting the word, actually. Let's look it up. That sounds right. Usually somewhere it gives me the Hebrew. Oh, I'm having a hard time finding it. Oh, there it is. Oh, no. Come on, this usually is a lot easier. Yeah, I am having the darnest time finding compassion. Oh my gosh. Let's see, maybe I can find it here. Do simple Google. Yep. Raccoon. 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 Am I saying it right? Gosh. It's been a while.
Raham.
Raham. What? So it means like its root word is like mother. It's like womb. Hello there. Yeah, this is the root. And then this is like the variations. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's look it up. Let's go. All right. All right, let's see. The Hebrew word for compassion, rachum, is actually the plural of the word for the womb. Compassion is the feeling a mother has for the child of her womb. The real mother's compassion saved her child. Like many a great insight, Solomon's solution to the problem is obvious as soon as he has enunciated it. Yet it is a stroke of genius. It is an expression of wisdom because it is uttered in the course of his exercising authority for the community. The king's task is to see that decisions get taken in a proper way for people. His vocation does not focus on economics or international relations, but on seeing that right gets done. We may be a bit bewildered that the story concerns two prostitutes and that it makes no comment about issues that raises, as it makes no comment on the deceptive plan of the woman who has lost her baby. The Old Testament often feels no compulsion to make obvious moral points. It assumes its readers can work things out for themselves, though the extra dynamic in the story is its focus on Solomon and his wisdom. Women are often driven into the sex trade by economic pressures, and these two are likely to be women who for some reason have no families and thus no livelihood. Perhaps they are in a prostitution like that of Naomi, Ruth, and Orpah, and their husbands have died. But unlike those three, they do not or cannot go back to their original families and or their original homelands. They know there are men who will pay for sex, and however unpleasant it is to service them, doing this makes it possible for them to survive. Given the absence of modern birth control methods, it is not surprising if they end up pregnant. The troubling question that the story raises concerns the way Israelite society has developed. As in many traditional societies, especially as urbanization develops, or as with many contemporary Western societies, the exercise of authority by David and Solomon has not produced a healthy society. The ambiguity of Solomon's leadership reappears in the account of his organization of government. As Israel evolves into a more complex state, his organization of it is another sign of his insight and skill. Like David, he has people in charge of worship, of military affairs, of administration, of labor, and of providing for the needs of his palace. In fact, the list of the offices and the people overlaps substantially with the list for David's reign for 2 Samuel 20. With respect to David and Solomon, the list raises some questions. When the Israelites first floated the idea of having a king, Samuel urged them to think about what it was going to cost them in terms of the way the king will require the services of their people to drive his territory, plow his fields, and cook for his palace, and the way he would introduce a taxation system to provide for his staff. In small ways, his warning will have been fulfilled in Saul's day, and in more significant ways in David's day, but Solomon embodies Samuel's warning more spectacularly. Adoniram's department is a particular worrying one. So which one was his? Let's look it up. Oh. So who is Adoram's department? Oh, and Adoram, son of Abdu, over the conscript labor. And that one should raise red flags, because that's slave labor. Oh, conscript? It means slave labor. But if you want to look it up. Yeah, we're just looking up the word conscript. Because did he know what the word conscript means, Char? Yeah, but it took me to say it, but we're just looking up the actual definition. So, conscription is a state-mandated enlistment of people in the national service, mainly a military one. So then when you put labor, they're forced to then put... They're forced to do the labor. All right. In small ways, his warning will have been fulfilled in Saul's day, and in more significant ways in David's day, but Solomon embodies Samuel's warning more spectacularly. Adoniram's department is the particular worrying one. The word for conscript labor is often translated forced labor, and this could be misleading. Oh, I could be wrong. Usually I've always read forced labor. There is no need to assume we are talking about men with whips staying over peoples in chains. Some of this conscript labor could involve the ancient equivalent of sitting in front of a computer screen. The point is that we are 3 stages removed from the Old Testament's vision for work. Ideally, work does not involve employment, selling, or labor. Work is the family's business. The family works together in order to generate all that it needs for its life. If a family gets into trouble and cannot make ends meet because its land does not produce enough food for one reason or another, then its members may have to become more servants in relation to another family until it can get back on its feet again. Again, this does not exactly involve selling a labor, though this may be what happens if for some reason you become a day laborer, an employee, but the Old Testament sees being employed as weird. Stage 4 is when you are forced to do this, whether you want to or not. It was the position of the Israelites in Egypt, from which God had rescued them, and the position the Israelites imposed on some of the Canaanites, though they may have preferred this to either being dead or fleeing. 1 Kings will make clear that Solomon feels free also to draft Israelites to do the work he wants done. So yeah, so it's interesting. It seems like we can't exactly say. It can seem like it can mean like slavery, like you have a choice of being dead or work, but it also can mean just sitting in front of a computer screen like we're doing right now. Yeah. All right, so here at this very moment is the height of the king showing wisdom, setting disputes among his people. There's some interesting moral questions that are raised, but the scriptures don't give obvious answers. So it has us work it out. And so then we're going to see more and more that Solomon, he's going to keep on becoming the empire of Israel. Like he's going to look like another pharaoh. That's how the scripture is going to portray him eventually. And it's already setting the scene. All right, friend, we can start. Oh, you had something to say? Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They have the same roots. Yeah. Yeah. That is really cool. Thank you for that little tidbit of information. Oop. Oh. Okay. Let's do this. Want to beat this already?
Let's go!
Can you hear those? Huh? Kingdom Hearts, like, if I use keyboard and mouse, it will break where it shows the mouse and there's nothing I can do to get the mouse to go away. Yeah. I'm forced to use it. We're thinking end of this, the end of this month. Yeah. Come on. All right, so they don't have any boost. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Okay, at least got one with me.
Bring it on!
Trying to get that last cannon. Whew.
That was great, Sora!
Ooh, Tomberry. Oh, did not have to do that? Silly me. Let's try a magic build. Can I get it cut up? Shop. I think here's a shop. Oh, well. Underdrome. Underdrome.
Give me a weapon right now.
There you are. Oh. Seriously? That's how it's gonna be, game? I have to fast travel. Okay. I want magic bracelets. There you are. Goofy, give Goofy that. Donald. Alright, let's try that. Alright, see if I can defeat that guy that I've been trying so hard to beat. Wisdom. Oh yeah.
Give me strength!
A shot. Ooh. Out of here. Let's world map. Hades once again. Start here. Where we get this place fully explored out.
Yeah. Ha. Ja. Ra. Yeah. Ha. 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 Ra. Ra. Ha. Ra. Yeah. Ha. 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 Ja. Ra. Ja. Ha. 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 Huh. Huh. Ha. Ha. Huh. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Ja. Ha. 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 Yeah. Ha. Ja. Ra. Huh. Ja. Ra. Ha. Ha. Ja. Ha. Ra. Ja. Ha. 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 Ja. Ra. Ha. 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 Ja. Ha. Ja. Ra. Ja.
Because it's an underworld entrance. Interesting.
Yeah, Donald! Yeah! Aha! Yeah! Ha! 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 Back Yeah. Take this! Give me strength! Take this! Yeah! 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 Back off! Yeah! Yeah! This is it! Yeah, take this! This is it! Yeah! It's over! Yeah! Heal!
Dead stand ready.
Donald! Yeah! Ha! Back off!
Huh. That's funny.
Heal!
Alright, let's try it now. Got a lot more health in my bones. Senses. Item. These guys. Do Valor first. If we need to, then we could switch over. Magic. Let's step in and out, actually, then save. So all the items that I've done, but lose. Actually, let's turn off Donald's limits. Go in and out and save. Oops. Oh. Try this again.
This is it. Light. Back off. it! Hold it! Take this! Hold it! Prepare to hurt! Hold it! It's over. Heal.
Oh my gosh. Why did I have to get shadow form? Alright, at least that's actually a lot easier than the past, so this is very doable.
Give me strength.
Oh, I guess I could at least. As long as I don't get shadow form and get lost.
Let's go. Take this.
Oh, so that's an instant KO. Alright, after this I'm going to try a magic build, see any variation. I'm able to take him down now really fast. It's over. Give me strength. It's over. It's over. Yeah, this is it. Man, this conga. How are you supposed to know? Especially they'll give you dodge roll. Guess just save my form for the last bit. It's like
Let's go!
darn it.
It's over. Back off. This is it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
How? Do I save my healing for that moment? Do I stay in the middle and...
What?
Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Give me strength.
That's garbage. That's love. I should have.
Yeah. Back off. Kneel. Take this.
It's just I. Right. Let me make it survive the meteor. Oh. Alright, what? So hey, when Jason gets here, I have to go through Snapple Crack.
Yeah. Ha. Yeah. 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 Ha. Light. It's over. Yeah. Yeah. Back off. Yeah.
I've survived that before. They consider it like ice fire? Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me strength. Yeah. This is it. Yeah. It's over. Yeah.
So you can't take a direct blow from it. Right, now let's try an AP build. See how that goes. He glitched out?
Take this! Give me
Oh, I forgot I can't grab health while this form. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, take this. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Let's go. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, wasn't nothing. All right. Got a safe spot. All right.
Okay, bro. Okay, now
Did
he
you
kicked out.
did you share him the gifts?
Logan, I mean, Jason, look at that bag. That's for you. I forgot I do it last time, so yeah, I noticed. Corey told me about that yesterday. So I guess you were expecting that. I was not expecting it, but long day at school. That's why I didn't expect it.
Not yesterday. You weren't around yesterday.
I mixed up the 2 days. That's right, yesterday. Days ago. I thought it was yesterday because cupcakes.
No, it was Friday or Saturday. Probably Saturday.
It was Saturday, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Should we do Bravo Project now?
You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right.
I swear that was yesterday. Maybe not.
The book of the prophet Isaiah In the first video, we explored chapters 1 to 39, which was Isaiah's message of judgment and hope for Jerusalem. He accused Israel's leaders of rebellion against God and said that through Assyria and then Babylon, Israel's kingdom would come crashing down in an act of God's judgment. And so chapter 39 concluded with Isaiah predicting Jerusalem's fall to Babylon and the exile. And 100 years after Isaiah, it all sadly came to pass. But Isaiah's greater hope was for a new, purified Jerusalem, where God's kingdom would be restored through the future Messianic king, and all nations would come together in peace. And so chapters 40 and following explore this great hope. The first main section, chapters 40 to 48, open with an announcement of hope and comfort for Israel. The people are told that the Babylonian exile is over and that Israel's sin has been dealt with, a new era is beginning. So they should all return home to Jerusalem, where God himself will bring his kingdom and all nations will see his glory. Now, let's stop for a moment because this opening announcement raises a big question. That is, who is saying all of this? Whose voice are we hearing in these words of hope? The perspective of the prophet in these chapters is that of somebody who's living after the exile, in other words, in the time period described by Ezra and Nehemiah. But Isaiah died 150 years before any of that. So what are we supposed to make of this? Well, there are many who think that it's still Isaiah in his own day speaking, but that he's been prophetically transported, so to speak, 200 years into the future, and that he's speaking to future generations as if the exile is past. However, the book of Isaiah itself gives us some clues that something else is probably going on. In chapters 8 and 29 and 30, we're told that after Isaiah was rejected by Israel's leaders, that he wrote and sealed up in a scroll all of his messages of judgment and hope, and that he passed it on to his disciples as a witness for days to come. Eventually, Isaiah died, waiting for God to vindicate his words. Now remember, chapters 1 to 39 were designed to show us that Isaiah's predictions of judgment were fulfilled in the exile. He's a true prophet. And so after exile is over, Isaiah's disciples, who have treasured his words for so long, open up the scroll and begin applying his words of hope to their own day. So on this view, the book of Isaiah consists of that first collection of Isaiah's words, as well as the writings of his prophetic disciples that God uses to extend Isaiah's message of hope to future generations. Whichever view you end up taking, everybody agrees that these chapters are announcing that the future hope has come, that God is fulfilling Isaiah's prophetic promises. And so the prophet hopes that Israel will respond by becoming God's servant. That is, after experiencing God's justice and mercy through history, that they will now begin to share with the nations who God truly is. But that's not what's happening. Israel, instead of bearing witness to the nations, is actually complaining and even accusing God. They say, the Lord doesn't pay attention to our trouble. In fact, he's ignoring our cause. The Babylonian exile, understandably, caused Israel to lose faith in their God. I mean, maybe he's not that powerful. Maybe the gods of Babylon are way greater than our God. And so the rest of these chapters, 41 to 47, are set up like a trial scene. God is responding to these doubts and accusations with the following arguments. He says first that the exile to Babylon was not divine neglect. Rather, it was divinely orchestrated as a judgment for Israel's sin. And second, it was for Israel's sake that God raised up Persia to conquer Babylon so they could come back home, fulfilling Isaiah's words. So the right conclusion that Israel should draw is that their God is the king of history, not the idols of the nations. In the fall of Babylon and the rise of the Persian king Cyrus, Israel should see God's hand at work, and so become his servant, telling the nations who he is. But by the end of the trial, chapter 48, we find that Israel is still as rebellious and hard-hearted as their ancestors. And so God disqualifies them as his servant, but God still is on a mission to bless the nations. And so the prophet says God's going to do a new thing to solve this problem, which moves into the next section, 49 to 55. We're introduced to a figure who's called God's servant, who's going to fulfill God's mission and do what Israel has failed to do. God gives this servant the title Israel and sends this person on a mission to, first of all, restore the people of Israel back to their God, but second, to become God's light to the nations. And we're told that this servant is empowered by God's Spirit to announce good news and to bring God's kingdom over all of the nations. It sounds just like the Messianic king from chapters 9 and 11. But then we learn the surprising way of how the servant will bring God's kingdom. He's going to be rejected and beaten and ultimately killed by his own people. In reality, as he's being accused and sentenced to death, he's dying on behalf of the sin of his own people. The prophet says the servant's death is a sacrifice of atonement for the people's evil and rebellion. And then, after his death, all of a sudden, the servant is just alive again. And we hear that by his death, he provided a way to make people righteous. That is, to put them in a right relationship with God. And so this section concludes by describing two ways people can respond to the servant. Some will respond with humility and turn from their sins and accept what God's servant did on their behalf. These people are called the servants and also the seed. Remember the holy seed from chapter 6. These are the ones who will experience the blessing of the Messianic kingdom. But there are others who are called simply the wicked, and they reject both the servant and his servants, which brings us to the final section of the book, 56 to 66, where the servants inherit God's kingdom. These chapters are beautifully designed as a symmetry that brings together all of the themes of the book. At the very center are three beautiful poems that describe how the Spirit-empowered servant is announcing the good news of God's kingdom to the poor, and he reaffirms all of the promises of hope from earlier in the book. The New Jerusalem, inhabited by God's servants, will be the place from which God's justice and mercy and blessing flow out to all the nations of the world. And surrounding these poems are two long prayers of repentance, where the servants confess Israel's sin, and they grieve over all of the evil they see in the world around them. And so they ask God to forgive them, and that his kingdom would come here on earth as it is in heaven. Now, on each side of these prayers are collections of more poems that contrast the destiny of the servants with that of the wicked who persecute them. God says he's going to bring his justice on all who pollute his good world with their evil and selfishness and idolatry, and that he's going to remove them from his city forever. But the servants, those who are humble before God and who repent and own their evil, they are forgiven, and they will inherit the New Jerusalem, which, we discover, is an image for an entirely renewed creation, where death and suffering are gone forever. And this brings us to the very outer frame of this part of the book. In this renewed world of God's kingdom, people from all nations are invited to come and join the servants of God's covenant family so that everyone can know their Creator and Redeemer. And so the book of Isaiah ends with a very grand vision of the fulfillment of all of God's covenant promises. Through the suffering servant king, God creates a covenant family of all nations who are awaiting the hope of God's justice in bringing a renewed creation, where God's kingdom finally comes here on earth as it is in heaven. And that's the very powerful hope of the book of Isaiah.
All right, we'll turn that down. All right, takeaway, friends. God's suffering created a new way to life. Yes, Isaiah. I found this passage in Jeremiah. You know, speaking of our conversation about Torah, like having to eat kosher, is the days are coming, declares the Lord, when I'll make a new covenant with the people of Israel. And if they continue reading on, they'll no longer. Here we go. And it will not be like the covenant I made with their ancestors when I took them by the hand to lead them out of Egypt, because they broke my covenant, though I was a husband to them, declares the Lord. This is the covenant I'll make with the people of Israel after that time, declares the Lord. I'll put my law on their minds and write it on their hearts. I will be their God, and they will be my people. No longer will they teach a neighbor or to say one another, know the Lord. So in our conversation with our friend, you know, that's one that I always bring up. It's like we are in the new covenant. We no longer have to follow the same traditions of our ancestors. But the thing is, like, oops, I closed it. So in Isaiah, it's always future hoping. It's like the Israelites, they were sent to exile as kind of like a cleansing punishment for their wickedness. But then it's like, yes, this is happening now. Repent, but also know the future hope. And a lot of the scripture is all about that future hope. All right, we can start, friends. So Jeremiah 31:31. I won't be surprised, but then also like in Jewish religion, it's a full spectrum of interpretations of everything. Like I've talked to a lot of like liberal theologian Jews, where they spend most of their time giving giving like stories of the people. That's like some of it's in scripture, some is not in scripture, and it's all hokey pokey. I'll be back. Alright, so I'm going to try reflect now. Alright, let's do this. Oh man, that was a lot going on. Yeah, I prefer attack build. Yeah. All right, let's see if we can reflect.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me strength. Take this. This is it. Yeah. Yeah. It's over. Take this. Take this. Yeah.
So that is not reflectable. Are you serious?
Dragon's so stupid.
There's a deal. All right, let's see if chance is on my side. Bad roll.
Yeah. Give me strength. It's over. Give me strength. This is it.
Yep, I need dodge. Not load. Once I get dodge roll. Yeah? Alright, you only have 11 minutes left.
It's over. Let's go. This is it. Ha! Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Take this. Yeah. Donald. Yeah. Back off. Donald. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Give me strength. It's over. Light. It's over. Heal. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. It's over. Back off. Light. It's over. Back off. Yeah. Back off. Yeah. It's over. Yeah. It's over. Yeah. It's over. Back off.